Okay, so the first thing we want to get you to do is to learn the chords. So you're going to use the page that has the E minor, A minor, and C on the top, and then G, D, A, and then E major, D minor, and F. So, and I'm going to send you another page too, and one of the first exercises is E minor to A minor. So what you're going to do when you look at it, you got to make the chords first. So if you can't really understand or remember how to make the chords, text me. E minor and A minor are the first two chords we're going to talk about. I think you already know those. So on E minor, the lowest note you're going to play is on the 6th string. Now on the A minor, if you look on it, you're not going to play the 6th string, so you're going to have to move your thumb to the 5th. When we go to C, it's the same thing. G is on the 6th, D is on the 4th, A is on the 5th, E minor is on the 6th, and D minor is on the 4th. So what you're going to do, though, is with your first, the treble strings, which is the higher strings, your first finger is going to be on the 3rd, your second is going to be, your middle finger is going to be on the 2nd string, and your ring finger is going to be on the 1st string. So I'm going to ask you to 1, 2. We're going to play 4 half notes. You're going to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, what we want to worry about is the hand position of that hitchhiking thing. You could be down there. I didn't have access to my acoustics today. This is going to be right around the sound hole. Thumb comes straight down, and then it's going to roll and come back out. These fingers come into your hand, and you should get a nice, I call it like a piano strike, like bing, bing. Now, if you play that and can't get them all at once, you just have to kind of sit there and do it slow enough so that you can make your hand kind of look like mine. And you come into, these fingers come into your hand, and then the thumb is going to hit the lowest note of the chord. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now when you go to the A minor, you're going to do the same thing. Now, if you look at the chords on E minor and A minor, and I didn't do a good job the first time, that second finger does not need to pick up. That's what all those lines on the bottom of that page are. Each of these chords, pairings, because that's what we're going to pair chords to learn them, has a note that is in common. And on the E minor, it's that second finger that's going to stay in common. That's the first thing. That's just like if I was having you play rock guitar, we would just strum all the strings at once. We wouldn't worry about trying to arpeggiate them yet. But what you could do is just check those notes to see if you get them all. If you get a majority of the notes, if one of those isn't coming out great, I really tell people in the beginning not to worry about it too much. You have to make these chords for a few weeks and months to really start to get them to get all the notes. If you get a majority of the notes out, yeah, don't be happy, but try better. But it should not prevent you from continuing to try and readjusting your hands. Now, if you were going to go A minor to C, you don't have to change the thumb. The thumb is going to stay on the 5th string. But it's really about getting these chord shapes memorized and getting your right hand just to feel comfortable. And you can look at your hand to make sure you're playing the right fingered, the correct right hand fingerings. Now, there's a second page I'm going to send you that has basically, it says first chord exercises, and it says repeat at least 8 times. I don't have it written down on the page for half notes, but this is the first exercise, E minor to A minor. And I wrote quarter note, but that was for just straight strumming. You could do quarter note in one. It's just a very slow quarter note, but don't really worry about how long you hold it or anything. It's just, I want you to sit there and get that chord shape memorized and get the right hand hitting the correct strings. Now, if you're playing something like a D to an A, a D chord, which is, you know, a little bit down the road, you're going to play the 4, the 3, the 2, 1, but you're going to do the pluck starting on the 6, and then see how my thumb never really meets my fist, and then I go to A. So those are the exercises. I'm going to make a second video going through each of these chords. So if you understand that, you've got about 8 chords I want you to work on. I want you to, there's going to be 2 at a time on that page that says first chord exercises. I want you to play them in pairs, and just, you're going to hit it 4 times each for 2 beats apiece, and then switch back to the A or whatever chord, and then you're going to just keep going at least 8 times in a row. And you might have to do it slower if you're not getting the right notes, and I want you to keep looking at both hands so your hands can start to develop some muscle memory. Okay.